make sure. I'm pretty sure you could be heard by everybody.
Hold on. Let me test it myself.
Dang it! Now you're gonna don't put that in my head, bro. You're like the live, like it like 20 more times.
Are you sure? Because I liked it like 126 times.
Do it again.
Yeah, you can hear me pretty well. Here,
All
I got
right,
you.
cool. So, however you can hear yourself in this video is how you'll be able to hear yourself in a YouTube video. So, let me know if you like it, if you enjoy it.
Hey, that's fine. I am the biggest complainer when it comes to how I sound in the video.
Exactly. He's such a crybaby, but it's understandable because he be sounding quiet as hell.
I sound like this. And then in the next episode, I'm screaming at him.
Yeah.
Hold on. How many likes you got?
I don't know. I didn't look. Let me see. 403 likes. You're a madman. A mad
Wait a
lad.
second.
We got roses earlier today too, so I appreciate the roses.
Whoever sent the roses, thank you. My wife and his girlfriend don't give us flowers ever, so.
Can't say that. She could be in the chat. That's not true.
I'm hinting. My wife's definitely not in that chat, so.
Oh man. All right, listen here.
You want to go ahead and get this stuff started?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the next Keeping It Animated episode. Today we're going to be talking about Gravity Falls. And for the YouTube viewers, we're doing this live. Yeah, that's
on TikTokies.
Live on TikTok and Twitch, actually. Both of them.
Ooh, Twitch. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, we live on TikTok and Twitch right now. So look.
Let's get it.
I wanted to try something different and I wanted to record it live. Maybe it'll bring a little bit of a personality to it and a little bit more of a personality to it because we're already two big personalities. So
now let's hope my Wi-Fi can keep up. That's all I'm saying. We know my Wi-Fi troubles. If you've been around a while, you know what's up.
Should be able to. Hopefully it does. If not, we need to band together and get him some better Wi-Fi. Right?
I need to get better bands. Let's band together, give me better bands. Let's get it.
All right. So today we're talking about Gravity Falls. I think I said that already. So yeah, this show was a roller coaster to like sit down and watch through and take notes with and everything. It was. I'm gonna say it now. I don't have a lot of cons for this. Oh, for our TikTok and Twitch viewers, the way this works, specifically for the main episodes, we have our pros, our cons, what we want to talk about, and normally a draft. But I don't think we're doing a draft for Gravity Falls, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
It's us with 3 people are gonna fight Bill.
Oh yeah. Draft, and then after that, we give it our rating. So, and then since it's a TV show, the ratings are out of 20.
Movies are out of 25.
Movies are out of 20.
When you listen.
Yeah. So, dang, I kind of like doing this live. All right, ignoring that. All right. Do you want to start with my pros or cons or your pros or cons? What do you want to start with?
Cons are going to be, I want to start with cons because although there's going to be little, it's going to get real into it on what I'm talking about because things that just made me. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna just jump into it. I'm gonna do.
Go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay, one. Dipper. Dipper sucks. Just gonna point that out there. Literally the main character. Man, you know what? I don't even need a hood for this. It's pissing me off. I'm hiding behind it. Look, Dipper sucks. Man, all he does is whine, complain about things. If he doesn't get his way, he cries and complains. He gets so crazy over a girl, which. Being a preteen boy 10, 15 years ago, I understand.
It's understandable.
But that's not what we're here to watch, Dipper. Come on. Like, I know he's got to have some character traits other than this book, but they just show him loving this book so much until his great Uncle Ford comes out of nowhere and basically solves all his problems. He didn't even have to do any of that. He could have just waited until Uncle Ford got there and then answered all his questions. But no. And then his obsession of Wendy.
Yeah, no, that definitely, it's not on my list, but it's something that pissed me off watching through because it's like, bro, give it up. Like,
and then Robbie. Robbie being like scared that this kid that's 2, 3 years younger than him is about to steal his girl who's his age.
Never made sense. Like that rivalry never made sense to me because it's like, dude, really? You really think that? Like, come on, bro. You were threatened by this child. Like,
Now, one of my pros will explain what about Robbie I like, but we'll get to that later.
mhm,
Um, but Dipper just like he has his moments where he's awesome, he's great, you're rooting for Dipper, but overall you're like, dude, what are you doing?
facts. All right.
Number two,
Mm-hmm.
annoying habits. I got 3 specifically written down that piss me off. Dipper with Wendy, just mentioned it, pisses me off.
Yep.
Uh, when Mabel is being silly for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's being silly, she's being herself, and that's what we expect. But then when it goes on so long that it disrupts the entire sequence of what's happening, irritates the dog crap out of me.
Hey, you caught yourself. Let's go.
Dog. Actually, I wasn't even going to say it. That's how bad it is. I didn't even have to hold it back. I just ugh. And then I have multiple examples. Just Zeus being dumb. He's basically Patrick on land. Like that there's no way he wasn't based off of Patrick
Yeah.
from SpongeBob.
D, but not too much on Zeus though. I love Zeus. Not too much on him.
Here's the thing. No. I'm saying the annoying habits of when he's being stupid for too long. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
like
fair.
Dipper's like, "Hey, Zeus, don't do anything," and then all of a sudden he's doing everything. It's like, Zeus, I know they're trying to make you make a joke, but come on, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Don't do anything," and you trust and love this dude. Why are you doing things?
Facts.
It's
That's
like,
that's
don't press the
reasonable.
red button.
That's more
Don't press the
understandable.
red button. He headbutts it, and it's like, dude, if you wanted to press it, just press it. You don't gotta.
Yeah. Nah, I can get behind that. That's understandable. That's totally reasonable.
Oh, I just thought of a third one, so I'm gonna go over it.
All right.
Communication is done a lot better in this than in others. And if you've ever watched us and you've heard me talk about communication,
I was just about to bring that up.
my biggest thing is communication. His biggest thing is loyalty. Stan's lack of communication.
Because he definitely, the way he went
knows
about
everything.
it, he knew everything. And the way he went about trying to shield them from it was so terrible. Because, like, they're kids. Their curiosity is piqued, especially
They're
when.
not even kids. They're basically teens at this point.
Yeah, but that's still, come on, bro. That's still kids. Like, let's be honest. That's.
It is, but would you, when you say kids and you're thinking of like an 8-year-old, are you going to trust the 8-year-old to make themselves a grilled cheese if they don't know how to do it? Or are
No.
you going to trust the 12-year-old?
I'm going to trust the 12-year-old. But still.
Exactly.
Still, they still have the very childish mindset. So it's like, for you to sit there and be like, I don't know anything about that, and then they're seeing things that are actually happening out of this book. Of course, they're gonna keep pursuing
you know
it.
about it.
You know about it. Of course, they're gonna keep pursuing it.
See, that's the thing. If they never found that book, if they never went on these adventures, and Stan was trying to hide it from them, no problem. Makes so much sense. But the fact that he knew that they were doing this, and instead of just be like, "Hey, I need to talk to y'all, and y'all have to." And this is also where Dipper comes back into being a sucky butt cheek.
Sucky
He
butt
kept
cheek is
trying.
crazy.
He kept trying to unveil everything to everyone that would listen instead of just shutting his trap like people were telling him.
Mm-hmm.
When your great uncle Stan is like, "Hey, dog, just be quiet about this. Don't let anybody know about it." And he's over here like, "I have to tell the government." Dog, come on.
Yeah, that's what made me a little upset when he was trying so very hard to tell the government of all people that these things are going on. Like, come on, bro.
And you got to think, yes, 12-year-olds would trust the government more than us, but come on.
I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm not about to make myself look goofy.
Especially a fan that you trust is telling you to stop.
Mhm.
That's where I'm at mixed feelings, because it's like it'd been different if like Robbie was like, "Hey man, don't be doing that," and he's like, "Fuck you, Robbie." Of course.
Edit that
That's what I'm
out.
saying. Yeah, I know. I had emotions on that one. My
Yeah, no,
bad.
that's valid. That's valid. That's valid. We get one. We get one per video. That's all we get.
PG-13.
All right, you got any more cons for us?
No.
All right, so I'll go with my first con then we'll hop in. Well, I got two cons. 'Cause I do agree with I agree with everything you said for real. But the two cons that really stuck out to me the most was the repeated forced marriage trope. I think it happened like what, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. It's like, okay, bet. The first time is like, yeah, weird gnomes, cool, whatever. Do what
But
you
that was
do.
like the first episode. Hold
Exactly.
on. Name all of them, and then I'll chime back in.
It was that one, the first episode. Gideon threw it out there as well. And if I remember correctly, I might not be, but I think it was one more time. I can't exactly remember. But it being in there twice was enough for me. All right. That was enough for me.
So, the Gideon one doesn't bother me because it makes sense to the story. It's the gnome one that bothers me because it makes no sense to anything. Like, they're looking for a queen. They never find a queen, and they just drop that story.
It was the gnomes again with Gideon.
See, and it just doesn't make sense because they're like looking for a queen. Then Gideon pops up. They're like, we'll take the most beautiful queen. And he's like, I'm not a girl. And they're just like, that's okay with us.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Forced anything kind of rubs me the wrong way. And then for them to like continuously just be like, yeah, no, let's keep throwing that out. I was like, ew, stop it. Get some help. But
It's because he was forced to watch bad anime. That's what happened.
yeah, pretty much.
So he don't like anything forced.
I was
Except
forced to
Fire
watch
Force. He likes Fire Force.
was forced to watch Boku no Pico. We're not gonna
I'd
talk
have
about
laughed
it.
if you said Gravity Falls. I was forced to watch Gravity Falls.
Oh
Okay.
man, I was
You got
forced to
any
watch
more?
Rick and Morty the anime. That's what it is.
Did you end up watching it?
No, not yet. I'm gonna start it soon.
If anybody hasn't seen it, go check it out. It literally doesn't make sense. So continue.
My second one,
What you got?
my second con, I'm not gonna lie, and I give take this with a grain of salt, but my second con is Pacifica. I don't like the rich snobby attitude, but I understand why she's the way she is because her parents expect nothing but perfection from her, and that started to unravel, and you started to really see how she really is. That's why I give her a little bit of leniency, but she's still very annoying.
I 100% agree that she can be a con. My issue is that they did not stretch her character to the abilities that I thought they did. For
Mhm.
some reasons, like I remember the small thing between her and Dipper, that, like when Dipper saved their mansion, and she was like, "Man, this dude ain't that bad." For some reason, I thought there was more to that.
More
Where
to
her
that,
Dipper
and
was
then
more of a
more to the that's the couple you
no.
no? Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
that is one of the couples that I thought was like had coupled out, but then I was like, the more I watched and it got to the end, I'm like, they really did not show anything more than that. Like they
And
gave
like
it like a slight tease. It wasn't even a boom.
yeah, and then the taco, like you could see how like she just slowly unravels a little, but like they don't. It's one, they don't have enough time to do more with her, but like I think that's something that they definitely should have worked on if they wanted us to eventually like Pacifica instead of doing it the way they
Because
did
I
it.
like her. I like her. I'll be honest, because you could, especially from the mini golf episode, which is the taco episode you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's when I was like, okay, I understand why she's the way she is.
Yeah, you're like, dang, she's actually kind of dope, but she ain't too bad. Like she's still kind of that rich snob, but she ain't too bad.
Yeah, and it's the pressure her parents put on her, of course.
And the fact that she breaks the bell and it's like, oh god, yeah, like you start rooting for her. Like if there was at least 2 episodes more where they had her, it doesn't even need Dipper and Mabel in it, just of her like progressing away from her parents and being the person that Dipper and Mabel are like, hey, you could be like us if you want to be, and she does.
That would be dope. But unfortunately, We didn't get that.
Nah.
So those were my only two cons, and then like I said, I agree with everything you said. So
Okay. I'm gonna start pros, and I'm actually gonna start with one that happens later, and then I'll start going backwards for my one plus because I have 8 of them.
oof.
I would have had like 12 if I really put down how I felt, but
Holy
then I
wait,
thought about them.
2, 4, 6. I have 8 as well.
Yeah. I wonder how many are the same.
It's gonna
Okay,
be a
I'm gonna start with
very
this
long
one.
episode, guys.
This is gonna be my number 7th one I written down. That's the one I'm going with first, and then I'll read the other ones. The Unicorn Bros. In the episode where Stanford needs unicorn hair to basically put a protection over the shack, and Mabel, the purest of heart, has to go out and find it. When she finds it and goes through this crap ton of trials and errors to get this unicorn just to give him hair, and these 2 unicorn bros comes out and goes, "Bro, why are you doing this to her? Why? It's fake. It doesn't work. That's not how this works. Here is some hair. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Don't listen to that. That we got you." And I don't know why. I just wanted to write that down and talk about it because that was real broness right there. Like straight up calling out, "Oh, dude, unicorn."
It's like y'all are
and then
doing too
actually
much,
giving
bro.
them the truth.
Stop it.
Yeah, it was just nice and warming to see that that's how it ends instead of it like actually being there was a trial and error and Mabel finally passes.
And, you know, something stupid and drug out like most other shows would do.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Now to start it, Mabel. It is absolutely hard to dislike Mabel.
I love her voice actress.
Oh yeah, no, her voice actress.
Her voice
Is
actress is my favorite in everything she does. It's Kristen Shaw, isn't it?
I think, yeah, I think so. The one that plays Louise in
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers.
She is my
Yeah,
favorite in everything that she
anytime
does.
she voice acts in anything, she's the best character. Don't
Voice
know how that
acts,
happens. I just think
live acts, anything she's in. I love that woman, bro.
I don't know what other things she's been in other than the Last Man on Earth
She's
TV
also
series. She
in
just shows up and she becomes the best character.
she's in What We Do in the Shadows as the guide.
I haven't
Amazing.
seen it.
She's also in
Okay.
Norbit. If you guys haven't seen Norbit, she has like a little small part.
It's been a minute.
You remember the kissing booth scene? She's like, I want to be a hoe. That's her.
Oh, I did not know that was her. That's crazy. But yeah, Mabel's great. Just watching her be goofy is just it's different than the type of goofy we're used to. We're used to the SpongeBob goofy. We're used to Goofy's goofy. We're used to that kind of character, where it's just like they're goofy but not that smart. To where now you got a character that actually has a brain, might not be the smartest, but has a brain, and is just fun goofy. So
Yeah,
it's a nice mix up. My number 2, Stan.
that's real.
I just think he's funny. All right, hold on, I need to be specific. Stan Lee, not Stanford. Okay.
We all knew who you meant.
Just well, some people might know. You got to be specific, but he's just funny, and the fact that he punched a pterodactyl in the face and
Bro,
lived to tell about it at like a 70 years old.
The fact that he's quick to pull out the brass knuckles, love it.
Oh my God, what was it? The bus driver at the end of before they were riding off into the sunset, the bus driver's like, "No pigs allowed." He pulls out the brass knuckles. Stanford pulls out what looks like a gun or something, and it's like, "Oh God!" And he's like, "Okay, pigs in the back. You can take whatever seat you want. You want some snacks? I got some peanuts. Let's go."
Exactly, bro. Yeah. But oh man.
Great. And then this will lead into my number 3. So when him and Stan's
Take your time.
Stan's brotherhood, like their relationship is probably one of the best brother duos that I've seen, even though they were only on screen for like a total of 5 episodes. Maybe 5 to 10, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, it was around
And
there.
because it was like halfway through the second season. Relationships is my next one. How they portray them, how they push them to be. Because there's a side of me like it's like Dipper's not going to end up with Wendy is at all, and then like slowly it shows like signs like, hey, if they do another season where they're older, like
It's a
after high
possibility.
school, there's a possibility, and it kind of flirts with. Then there's Pacifica that it flirts with Dipper, Mabel just with her friends.
I was gonna say yeah,
Just
because Mabel was everywhere. That poor soul was everywhere.
yeah.
I wanted her with the puppet guy.
It God. The fact that the most normal guy that she could have ended up with was a mermaid is the saddest thing I've ever
I love
seen.
it.
But then you got Robbie bringing back Robbie.
Hmm.
Him and Wendy end up breaking up because I don't even remember why they broke up, but they break up,
I
and
think I
then
fell asleep before that episode played.
Cupid, right? Cupid's around. Robbie's been mourning Wendy, and they're trying to figure this out and all this stuff. And Mabel pairs him with Tabitha, I think is her name, or Tamry or something. Tamry.
I think that's what it was. That was that other friend, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one that was always texting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the fact that it works out, like they're the exact same person. One's just boy, one's just girl. And the fact it works out, and they keep writing that in, even though it was just one episode, they just kept it going.
Right.
Loved it.
They do a really good job with continuity, in my opinion. Like
Which is my next
it's crazy.
one. Storytelling was what I had in there. Just the way to keep everything going. The only there is a few things, and I think I've mentioned one thus far that's like not continuous. And that's there needs to be a queen for the gnome people.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a small write-off. That's not going to change the story at all. It was just kind of thrown in there.
I think that's what it was meant to be, just like a little funny quip, one-off throwaway type thing.
Even though it was a whole 2 episode, it took up 2 episodes from each season. The first episode and like the beginning to middle of the second season.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Man, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Basically, anything one-off with the book, where it's like, oh, there's this, there's this. Like the gnomes were brought around a lot. A few of the other creatures were brought around consistently, but then it was just like that was it.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, like the show's continuity was great, especially with Bill. You know, like when he's like, "I'll be watching you," and then he disappears, and then he
See,
pops back up later, and he's like, "I told you I was watching you." I like things like that where it's like, okay, you know, he's just not gone.
and I never understood why, like what was happening. So, do you know what happened? Do you like know any what happened with Bill and stuff, and the reason some people could see him, some people couldn't, and
Nah, I didn't deep dive there unless they explained it in the show and I missed it. I didn't do
they
a deep
did.
dive. They did. I might have missed it.
Yes.
I fell
You
asleep
ready?
on like 5 episodes while rewatching.
They do it towards the end. So it was like the last 10 episodes you figure out what happens. So what he does is he was trapped in this purgatory world where the only people that could see him is people that he could get in the mind of, but wasn't within their mind, if that makes any sense.
I mean, like basically, if he could just like the corner of your eye type situation.
Yeah, basically. Like he wasn't going to be in your thoughts, but he was going to be in your
Your
line of
peripheral,
sight kind of
basically.
thing.
Yeah, like you know.
Nobody else can see. Like me and you wouldn't be able to see him, but Dipper could see him, and he could be
Mhm.
standing right in front of us. So he was only in the purgatory of the mind, and it had to be of people that like knew of the secrets of Gravity Falls.
Okay.
Because they brought out that eraser gun, which I think came out way too late. I think that should have been like middle first season explanation, not at near the middle of second season or
You mean the
whenever it
one that
came
they
out
used
there.
to wipe the SWAT team?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So because it would have made a lot more sense when going through. But that's an example of the writing part. Going back to that real fast, the writing part is like that became one of their main weapons until they destroyed it. But Bill, after he had projected himself into your mind, if you shook his hand, he could do whatever he wanted. You
Hmm.
were letting him fully in your thoughts.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, and that's the deal aspect of it.
Yeah. And then he would just do whatever he wanted.
I want to throw this out there. It has nothing to do with anything. I was scrolling TikTok while watching one episode, and then the audio, he's like, eeny, meeny, miny, you played on TikTok, and then 2 seconds later played on my TV, and I was like, Bill, get out of here.
No, I don't want to make a deal. Yeah, so storytelling, great. There's always something to go. When they were putting in little secrets and the people were figuring it out as they were airing was kind of funny.
Mhm.
Because I remember they would be like, the creators are like, we don't even know what to do. Y'all are too good at this. Like, we literally hide things. And one of them was like, they're running through the fair or whatever it was. And there was like little messages here and there while they're running through and people caught them. And I'm like, yeah, I still have no idea what I'm looking at.
I wasn't watching that hard because I didn't see any of that.
No, dude, you have to like freeze frame it and go like frame by frame to see what they did.
That's probably what they were doing. Somebody like caught a quick glimpse of it and was like, "What was that?" Because once you find one, or once
somebody was on a drug that focused you.
I don't know. It's kind of like that's a story for a different day.
Yeah.
No, I was not watching that hard, but it's like once you know a couple of the secrets, you kind of want to look for more. So I understand why people were catching them though. They were watching with a magnifying glass for real.
I might have to skip my next con because I have no idea what I mean by it.
Your next pro?
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I put fan extras, but I have no idea what that means. Should have been more specific.
Did they put like viewers as background characters in the show?
No.
Or do you mean like fan extras as in like extra like on tapes and like on the DVDs and stuff?
What we were just talking about. I think.
Oh, all of the
like where they had the extra stuff to it that allowed fans to like hone in. Like they would play the theme song and then at the end of it they would have something reversed like Bill's watching you is in revert. Okay, so I'm guessing that's what that means. So
okay, cool.
I thought that was cool.
We figured it out.
Ooh, we went into it. Okay. I'm gonna just jump to the next one then since we gave it a little description. Mabel's sweaters. So in 99.9% of animated cartoons, every character wears the exact same thing except for certain special occasions. Mabel, on the other hand, always has a different sweater for the episode, no matter what.
And I was gonna say, can we also add in with the different sweaters their functionalities?
That too, because one was like to keep her cool, the other one dance lights, the
flashlight.
Yeah, and the fact that even if she gave a sweater to someone else, it worked in the moment. Like Pacifica getting a llama sweater and then had to stand on the llama mark. She was like, Pacifica became a real believer then.
It's so good. And the big box they showed of all of her other sweaters.
Oh my God. Now let's talk about the fact that she's wearing sweaters in 90-degree Oregon in the summertime.
It's not weird. Being a Floridian, I walked outside in a jacket and a hoodie in 90+ degree weather and act like it doesn't faze me.
Okay,
so
here's my issue though. They were from like Northern California.
What's the problem?
There's I swear there's a complete difference in Southern Florida and Northern California.
Maybe she just wanted to keep the sweaters on. Just ignore it. Go past it.
I don't want to think about the fact that oh yeah, hold on. It does show what she wears underneath. I never thought of that. She wears just a simple tank top. Kind kind of boring. You would think she would take it off and there'd just be a second sweater or something, but
Nah, you got to keep the balance somehow, bro. The hot and cold balance, you know?
okay. Number 8, I got Mabel's friends. Candy is hilarious, and so is Grinda.
Mhm.
Grinda's like slowly became one of my favorite characters in animation because she is like, "I go to a war, fool."
Her friends are
It-
great though, especially like with the D&D episode, the D&D episode,
yeah,
and they're just like, well, they're gone now. We can use the TV. And it's like, yo, you know, that guy definitely just said he's about to munch on their brain, and they're more worried about the detective.
and the fact that Grinda gets the like what the Prince of Austria or something, and he's like madly in love with her, and she's like, "He won't stop calling me. Ugh, I gotta go to his horse mansion or something."
I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. But all right,
Now it's time to get on to your 8 pros. That took 25 minutes. Let's
it took a very long. This
Yeah,
video is gonna be very long. It's gonna be maddening to edit, but let's get to it. All
we
right,
might have to cut the draft or make it fast. We'll figure it out. Let's go.
my first pro, I'm not gonna lie to you, is Zombie Seuss. Because
Yes.
that episode,
Zombie
that episode was top tier, bro. He's just like, I'm sorry, dude. I just kind of want to nom on your brain.
Zeus.
And then like
The
him
fact that
just
he
breaking the glass and everything for the other zombies. He's like, I'm kind of like a genius amongst them.
See, and that's the thing. If that was Zeus's personality through the entire show and not just randomly going down to Zeus as an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
I'd have liked it a lot more.
Dude, that episode was just great. And then it's like he's like the most friendliest, dangerous zombie you've ever seen, and it was amazing.
Yeah, he's strong as great. Don't okay. Talking about Zeus, I'm gonna bring this up. The reason he works for the Shack and his love for Stanley Pines is sad and lovey at the same time.
You want to get into it? We can talk about it. We might just cut the
Real
draft because
fast.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a draft prep.
No problem. I just want to. I will mention something about that before we get into the ratings. But Zeus having his birthday at the Shack was crazy. That's one. Two, the fact that Stan was just like, "Hey kid, you know how to fix something? Here's a shirt that you like." And Zeus was just like, he gave me hope. So Zeus has been working for him since he was 10. Zeus is like 23.
Oof.
So over half his life, he's been working for Mr. Pines here.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorite part is when he goes on, the Stans go on adventures together. He's like, he gave it to Zeus to run the Shack. And Zeus's grandma just starts walking all this stuff. I move in now. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Hit
fine.
me
You're
with your
fine.
number 2 whenever you're ready.
The theme song, catchy. It's short, straight to the point. It's amazing, and it's got hidden secrets in it. We love it.
Question: did you watch Rick and Morty?
Yes, I went and
To see
watched
if it's
Rick
the
and
same.
Morty.
Is it the same?
Do you mean like the same tune, or do you just mean like?
Yeah, basically. It's basically the same structure for the.
I was gonna say
theme song.
structure. Yes, I don't know about like the same tune. It kind of sounded somewhat similar, but I'm like everything that was happening in the back gives me. It was going on like the same way, like
It's if you listen to it. Okay, so I'm not the biggest music person, but I know how music works. If you go off a beat, they go off the same beat, but I think Rick and Morty's is slightly faster. So where it's da 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 da, the other one's da 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 da.
I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
But you see what I'm talking about? They're basically the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back
If you
to you
haven't
on
seen
that
it,
one.
go watch an episode of Gravity Falls, and then go watch an episode of Rick and Morty. And you can't tell me those intros. Close your eyes and figure out which one's which. You know what?
Or
wanna
if you
do that
want
now?
less
I'll
work,
play it
just
randomly.
just pull up the videos. I was like, just pull up the intros. Are we doing this? All right, hang on.
No, let's go.
I was
No,
gonna
no,
say
no, no,
we'll
no.
instead of doing the draft, we'll go back to that and we'll pull up the share screen. I will take the extra time to edit everything,
Go.
even though I hate it here. All right. What I said kind of ran into my third one is the mysteries in the intro. I actually do love like the end of the intro mysteries and everything. Is great. I think more shows should do things like that to keep viewers engaged and like the fandom's going crazy.
Or just drop like Easter eggs in it and have people like, "Oh, dang, that was crazy. Did you see that?"
Yeah.
Instead of just solving mysteries within their own themes.
But all right. That goes into my going into my fourth one. Bill Cipher is absolutely terrifying, and I love it as a villain. Like the stakes are high when you're going up against Bill, and that's something I wish more shows would do with their villains. Like actually make the stakes somewhat crazy, because the screaming head, bro. I don't know. But like as a villain, Bill is absolutely terrifying, and I'm 100% here for it with a
And here's the
cartoon
thing
villain.
that I like. Here's the thing I like about Bill and I dislike. He's easy to defeat
Mhm.
because Dipper 3-0'd this man, but he had to be so creative with how he defeated him that it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
It's kind of like Light beating L, if you've ever seen
Yes.
Death Note.
Everybody
just
should
with
have
less
seen Death
dramatic,
Note.
just with less dramatic pauses. And
I was gonna say they're just staring at each other.
If you've never seen the video where it cuts out Light's monologuing in his mind to try to figure out how to beat L, it's like no wonder he thought this guy staring at him menacingly, then yells something at him, is guilty.
Yeah, no, it's so stupid, bro. All right.
But anyway, continue.
The realistic sibling relationship, I do enjoy. Like, it makes sense to me, depending. Because, some siblings absolutely hate each other. But, like, the siblings that really do care for each other and go through their ups and downs the way they did and, like, end up forgiving each other and everything and, like, putting their differences aside to actually make things work. I do enjoy the realistic sibling relationship that they portrayed with Gravity Falls. It wasn't over the top and it wasn't super dramatic to prove the moody teenager plot, point. It was just real. Because we all know, no matter how much you... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it does help that the creator based it off him and his own sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like he could see, and being an adult now, could remember, hey, this is how we treated each other, even though this is how we truly felt.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I enjoy. Because it's like, yes, they do have their moments where they absolutely hate each other, but then at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, that's my sister, that's my brother. Run them hands. All right. Dipper without the book is an absolute menace when he needs to be. That man will throw hands with you in a heartbeat, and I'm here for it. Voice crack is gross. You guys didn't hear that. Because when he flew into that robot to throw hands with Gideon.
See, and that was the first incident where he had to use himself. But I think it's because he's like, it was a fight or flight situation where his mind's like, I don't know what to do. Well, I guess fighting a robot should work. Mm-hmm. He just gets himself off him. He legit just, all you see is, I love these scenes. In one of our next videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. So funny.
Oh man, you can't remind me of the Richard. All right. But no, Dipper without the book can be an absolute menace when he needs to be, and I'm here for it. All right, I'm gonna skip this one because we already talked about Stan. He had his moments. My last one, Gravity Falls is violent. It is a very violent TV show. Like, it got away with a lot of things that they shouldn't get away with, aka the screaming head. But yeah, definitely. And then it was absolutely traumatizing as well.
Well, look at that time in cartoons, though. Like, I agree with you. They did some stuff where I was like, ooh, don't remember that. Because you
Hmm.
had regular show hitting its peak, Adventure Time hitting its peak, Amazing World of Gumball hitting its peak.
I was gonna say because Adventure Time,
But,
rewatching it with my girlfriend, like Adventure Time is traumatizing as hell too.
dude, that's why it's my number one. But
All I'm
go
gonna,
watch that video.
all I'm gonna do is, and
The
everybody will understand.
pancakes.
Mm-mm.
I know what you mean.
Everybody will
The deer
understand.
just proceeds to break his legs. For those who are football fans, he made Finn pull an Aiden Hutchinson. Very sad.
But okay, yeah,
This man doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
But just let it be.
But knowing the
Don't look it up.
reference,
It hurts.
I'm not looking it up. All right, I'm 100% not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But
Dude. I'm just gonna explain it like this real fast. Have you ever like whipped something that was loose like a belt around a pole?
oh man, he said he hit the Harry Potter broken arm.
But it was
Ew,
his leg.
ew.
Yeah. Okay. Which
That was my last pro, but I do have some things that I want to discuss. I want to talk about before we jump into the
bring it
ratings
up,
because
bring
I
it up, bring
did
it
say
up.
we would skip the draft. Um,
I
I
do want to mention my people in the draft that I wanted though.
yeah, of course. I did not remember Gideon summoning Bill. I didn't know that that was how Bill originally like came about.
Yeah, he did it while he was in prison.
He summoned him when he was nah, this was
No.
before.
Bill didn't become real until Gideon summoned him. He never summoned him before. It's because Gideon had a book that Bill could be around.
I mean,
And
you
Bill
know, you
was trying
remember
to
in season 1 he summoned him to invade Stan's mind. This was at the end. Did I miss something before that?
No. He invaded him. Wait, season 1 he didn't do that.
It was the end of season
Oh
1. It was the
yeah,
last two
that's
episodes to get the code
oh
to
yeah,
the
yeah, because he was okay. So that was a deal, right? That wasn't summoning.
mhm.
That was a deal. So Bill made a deal instead of having him summoned. He was just making a deal to try to get that code so he could take down the Pines.
Oh yeah.
He didn't truly summon him into the real world until he was in prison,
Mhm.
and that was his way of getting away.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. I want to talk about two of the monsters that gave me the most trauma from this show. I'm not gonna lie. The
Was it the
shapeshifter
Attack on Titans? Okay.
and the Halloween monster.
It wasn't the candy. The candy gave you a fright. That's
Yeah, like
crazy.
come
All
on,
right.
bro. That guy was spooky,
No.
dog. Let's be real about
No.
it. That guy was spooky.
Look. You're telling me the Attack on Titan's head crawling with an arm pulling it like, get in my mouth. Get in my mouth. It's creepy, but it's funny.
But no, the shapeshifter, his introduction, just I was like, oh god, how did they get away with that?
I don't even want to know.
All right, and the last thing I do want to discuss because it was super pivotal to the story, Dan finally saying please and getting Mabel to trust him. I think that was
Yeah.
a major turning point. That was huge. It was super important because Mabel's like, this guy's never said that to me. He's never acted this way. And now, when the stakes are high, it's real.
Yeah.
I really did I liked that and enjoyed that. But those are the only things I wanted to discuss and talk about and get out of the way. We can go into who you wanted to get for the draft.
Okay. This. I just wanted to point this out because I thought it was funny. First off, Mabel, because anytime she seemed to get any kind of supernatural power, she ran with it. She already knew what to do with it. It was kind of creepy because she would be like, I have no idea what this does. And then all of a sudden it's controlling the world. I was going to do Manly Dan. or Wendy's dad. If you don't
I
know
was gonna
Manly
say
Dan,
Wendy's
he's just a
dad.
big guy. And the first introduction you get of him is just him beating somebody up. Just yeah, and it's fine. And then I wanted Mayor Tyler because I just wanted him to stand in the back going, "Get him,
Get him.
get him."
when, when they got to
was
say
the-
it to Gideon, he's like starts crying and he's like, get him.
You know what? That's a pro. I'm putting it down. Mayor Tyler.
That's fair. That's valid.
You want me to put a check mark for you?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mayor Tyler. Get him.
All right. Did we want to pull up the Gravity Falls intro in the Rick and Morty? Do we want to continue to do that or no? Before we hop into our last segment, which is the ratings.
Let's do that for our. We're gonna do a Rick and Morty season 1 episode coming soon.
All right,
We'll do it then.
we'll do it then. That's fair.
So at least we can talk about it. Would you like to start with your ratings since I started the pros and cons?
I will indeed. Okay. So we're going to start off with my entertainment. I gave the entertainment rating a 17 out of 20. The reason why I gave it a 17, there was just some episodes where I was like, we could have done without this. And some of them just felt like a drag. So I'm going to give it a 17 because I enjoyed everything else. Hey.
Understood.
The
Okay.
character likability, I gave that an 18 out of 20. I enjoyed the majority of the characters that were on the screen, except for I didn't really care for Gideon or his family. His mom gets a
Hold on,
pass.
I understand his mom got crazed up. She had no control over anything, but his dad was chill. He just was trying.
He was
He was
chill,
controlled by the sun.
but he was way too passive.
Yes.
Plus, character likability is super high anyways because of I forgot what his name was, the dude that made the mechs, agilely made giant robots.
Oh, McGuckin.
Yeah,
Old man
he's just
McGuckin.
like, yeah, nah.
When I get mad, I just build things.
And it's just giant robots, bro. Like, why?
He made Gideon's robot that Dipper flies into the eye. Beautiful.
All right, development, I gave it 18 for character development. I do feel like everybody progressed well. Everybody did, like, the development was there. I just want more. That's why I gave it an 18. I wish we had
Who?
another season. I'm saying, who developed or who, like, do I want more from?
Who did it? Who did you want more from?
Everybody. I meant more as in, like, I just wanted to see more of this show. That's what I mean. Like, more of those characters, like another season of it.
Man.
So
Me and
I
you
know
might
it's a
have to
little
fight over this
biased.
grading
It's a
system.
little biased, yes, with this grading, but you know, it's my show, so I don't care.
No, it's your grading. It's our show. We can fight over that one.
Definitely that. I can grade how I wish to grade,
Okay.
you bastard. Storyline
Storyline.
19. I'm not explaining nothing. I shouldn't have to.
Me and you are going to have a funny conversation when I get mine going.
And then for development, I gave it an 18 as well. The story development. There was still, it's probably because I fell asleep on like 10 episodes. But
For those who don't know, story development is the episodes. How good were the episodes?
mhm. The episodes are good. The continuity was great, so I give it a high score. But there was a
Okay.
lot that I fell asleep on, so I can't really be too crazy with my score there.
You ready for this, buddy?
Yeah.
Entertainment, I gave a 19. Quick explanation. It's just really enjoyable. Yeah, there was moments like with Dipper and all that stuff that got annoying, but still was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Character likability, I also gave a 19. The only reason not a 20 is because of certain character traits that just bothered me. Zeus being dumb, Mabel getting too silly when she needs to be serious,
Mm-hmm.
Dipper just being Dipper sometimes. It just can't give it a perfect 20.
Right.
Character development, I also gave an 18, but for completely different reasons. I think the development of the show was like there was some, and then a lot, and then just went back to like minimum. Like I
Mhm.
think it just came at the wrong time. It came like for certain characters at different moments, which I do like, but it was like almost in the wrong moment, or some characters went backwards in some episodes after they had already developed, and it was kind of like Zeus, but things got to happen, I guess. Storyline, I gave it a 21.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think it is the greatest story ever told. They gave you 2 seasons, and yes, you want more. It's 40 episodes or something like that.
It's 40 episodes exactly.
But it feels like you're genuinely progressing through a story properly.
Oh yeah. I won't deny that.
Like it gives you everything. It has the extras. It stays consistent. It doesn't change up on you. It doesn't pull an adult cartoon where they mention one thing, keep it going for a little bit, and then just end it
Mm-hmm.
and act like it never happened. They don't do that. They just keep it going. So I had to give it an out of the box score.
Okay, that's real. Your grade is your grade. I can't be mad when we just talked about our grade.
That's why I said you might be mad with mine, and we might have to fight about it. 'Cause, like,
Nope.
you want more, so that's why you give it a not as great grade as you want to. I say they gave us in perfect what they did with what they did. And then story development, I gave a 19 because there was at least 2 to 5 episodes where I was like, just move on. Don't need to watch this. Even
that's
if it
real.
had story development, I was just like, nope.
This is a little annoying.
So you gave it. What do you think you gave it? Just off that real quick.
I just calculated it. I gave
Grade
it a
level.
90. A.
Yep. You gave it an A minus. You
A
gotta be
minus.
specific there.
Excuse me, A minus. A
I gave it
minor,
a
A
90.
minor.
Hey, come on, Drake. We don't need that. No,
Whoa.
no. I gave it a 96. I gave it an A. Just an A.
Mhm.
Almost A plus. Now, audience, what do you think the Rotten Tomato score was? Even if you looked it up, what do y'all think it is?
I was gonna say, because if you've seen the show, you know what we do. If you haven't seen the show, we compare it
Go
to the
watch
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes show. That too.
Shout out to Rotten Tomatoes on this one. So, who do you think's closer?
You are 100%.
So the average tomato meter, which is the critics, they gave it 100%.
That was amazing.
Now, I'm gonna go look at something real quick as I'm doing this. The popcorn meter, which is the fans, gave it a 97.
97. It's weird to see the critic score higher than the audience score.
Yeah, because this is what my thought was. Because something that popped up the last time I saw something as close to 100 like this was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and looked at our scores for that, and we rated it very low compared to what it was.
We still got to get that video out to y'all.
Oh yeah, for those that we had some technical difficulties on that one.
Yeah,
Our apologies.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, but that's it from us.
I just had, normally I wouldn't mention it, but I had to mention it because people would be like, Avatar, that's not on the channel.
My bad. My bad. That's on me. Completely forgot. That's when we started doing the Rotten Tomato scores.
Mm-hmm. But okay, look. So that's that episode. Let us know what you guys think down below. Let us know how y'all feel about Gravity Falls. Do you like it? You enjoy it? You hate it? Tell us down in the comments below. TikTok and Twitch. Even though it was nice having y'all here. It was weird to do it, and hopefully we get to do it a little bit more in the future, but it was nice to have y'all here.
Keep it animated.
Yeah, remember to keep it animated. Catch y'all later.